Alright, guys. It's Sidestorm Gaming's MAXPAX in the top left side of the map in the red, up against Hero for T1 in that bottom right side. And it's going to be a PvP finals, one we don't see as much of these days. Both players are going to butt heads on the watchtower, it looks like. Going to run into each other. And we will see who comes out on top. We had someone in chat saying they believe MAXPAX has reclaimed his throne as unbeatable, undefeatable in PvP on this patch. For those who don't know, MAXPAX is a man who needs many reps. He needs to perfect build on a matchup, do it 1,000 times. That's when he's best. MAXPAX is terrible when balance changes happen. He is one of the worst players to adapt to it, and it's a testament to how good he is that he still wins tournaments and weekly cups and things. But as you give him longer and longer on a patch, on a map pool, he figures things out. But look at that, he gets blocked. He's trying to go for a 1-gas expand. He now has to reactively go Cybercore 2nd gas. That is a nuisance. Massive thank you. Charbot just dropped 1,000 biddies towards the stream. We appreciate you very much, everyone who's watching YouTube, Twitch, live streams, on video later, and all the rest. I'm excited. I know a lot of people who watch all the tournaments get bored of PvP. I don't really follow too many of the mirror matchup games, seriously. Like, so if it's just mirror matchups, it's a bracket of all Protoss and Awarding Monday, or the Monday Night Weekly. I kind of just skip catching up on those unless people specifically tell me there was a really good series. So for me, I'm not going to have as much info on the build orders, what the players are good at, and that sort of stuff. But I will have a lot of fun. I will be interested, excited, and surprised because it is a bit of variety. Now, MAXPAX does catch the probe. He also started the 2nd gas, then cancelled it to get his Nexus down, which is a clever little mix-up there. And he gets the probe catch. So I think this is a good start for MAXPAX. He sees the Stargate. He confirms it. He does lose his own probe, maybe a bit unnecessarily, but he wanted to click that Stargate and confirm what he was looking at. Now, the problem here is you don't want to play Phoenix War against MAXPAX. But it looks like MAXPAX with a sentry first is probably not going to commit reactive Stargate. At least I don't think so. 2 Adepts are coming forwards. Nexus still not started here. Hero is going 4 Adepts before Nexus. Does that mean he's also going to go Oracle before Nexus? Surely not. This Nexus will be so late otherwise. He's got 400 minerals, but he's waiting for the Oracle. He wants to go Oracle 4 Adept before Nexus. Hero is going to need to do some damage. MAXPAX might underestimate the commitment here. Goes for the battery. The reason you build a battery rather than a pylon, guys, is it takes longer to build, which means you've got more time to cancel it, as opposed to something like a pylon, which only has an 18-second build time. A shield battery takes 29 seconds to build, so if you want to keep that up. He keeps canceling it because he wants to transfer probes, though. He doesn't want to have his income interrupted too much. 4 Adepts getting ready to think about diving. It does feel like with the responsive Stargate, it's going to get spotted. Actually, it still hasn't been. Unless he lets the Shade finish, this Stargate won't be spotted. He is going to build Phoenix here reactively. He's got a battery coming up in the main. It's not quite ready. Adepts coming in. He's going to try and fight this with his own 2 Adepts and a sentry. The Adepts could actually blast through the battery healing if they want to, but instead, Hero just focusing on the workers. He's going to get 5 workers. Can he get any more? Oh, yes, he can. 6, 7, 8. He's going to get inside that main base as well. Make sure he's getting even more damage. He does see the battery. And the Oracle says, there's a battery and a Phoenix. Let's run home. Maybe hide these Oracles in the corner of the map. Because remember, MAXPAX says, he did see the Oracle building. And he actually he tracked it with hallucination, didn't he? Normally you want to track the Oracles here as well. But he's just going to use his regular Phoenix to do that. With a Phoenix and a Stalker on top. Looks like these Oracles are going to grab 1 probe. And the Phoenix, if he can get rid of that Oracle, still 6 probes, not bad, man. That was a good micro by Hero, making the most of a bad spot. And he will recall to save that Oracle also. Worker count's 29 to 27 in Hero's favor, which is very important. Because the fact is, you've lost an Oracle. And now you're about to lose a lot of workers. He's already lost 16 workers, has MAXPAX. The fact that he's only down 1 or 2 workers is kind of crazy. Shade's in here, and will grab himself 2 more probes. The Oracle does clean up. Nicely done. 3 Phoenix arriving. 4 Stalkers can deflect it, but of course the Phoenix will be able to pick off 1 or 2 probes. No battery in that main base to make that more difficult. This is a really interesting dynamic because we're going to have both players commit off of air into ground. Blink is already halfway done for Hero. He's moving forward with Stalkers and taking a 3rd. And MAXPAX with a much later Twilight. He's got a better economy. He's got better map control with the Phoenix. Nice stasis trap denial there. But MAXPAX is going to be forced to turtle up, make an immortal or 2 so that he doesn't die to Blink. And getting that third up is going to be a bit more of a conundrum for him. Great Phoenix Micro here. They're looking for the Oracle. They don't quite find it. Hero comes forward and just builds a pylon outside the base of MAXPAX. A little bit ambitious. Not going to lie. Oh, Glaive Adepts. Okay, so MAXPAX is thinking about doing an Adept Immortal timing attack. It says if it's slow to get a third base, might as well just do a 2-base timing to punish the greedy third of Hero. Hero, he is probing now, but inconsistently. You can see there he's supply blocked on 62, warped in a few more Stalkers. It's only 3 gateways for him. He cancelled his pylon on the front. And that is going to be 2 Immortals out, third one building, and the Chronos all going into the Immortals. So I think it's 3 Immortals and then Warp Prism. He's got himself 4 gateways coming up, does MAXPAX. I don't think he has to do this as an all-in, but you can see he's cut probes on 41, just intermittently adding 1 or 2, whilst Hero has decided to chrono probes. Now, what I don't like about the chrono probes here is it's so late in the game against the 2-base player. Are these probes actually going to have time to pay off? My instincts tell me no. I mean, you're going 5-gate blink here. Oh, the Phoenix trying to pick off a Stalker. Big mistake. He's going to lose at least 1. When he gets a Stalker kill, you could argue at this point trading a Phoenix for a Stalker is not the worst thing. I think keeping the Phoenixes alive is very nice, though, because you can shut down prisms, you can keep picking off probes. They give you so much vision on the map. These stasis traps could help out. Remember, there is no observer for MAXPAX, but look, he's got a Stalker in front of his army. I think that's specifically to absorb any stasis traps that he runs into. So he realizes no observer. Does mean his army could run into stasis. Here comes the 3 Immortals. Prism behind it. More Adepts and a Sentry inside. Hero has to defend. Now, normally against these sorts of pushes, I say base trade. Hit them the moment they leave their base, but Hero's going to try and defend this. He doesn't have any batteries on the natural. That's a real problem. He's going for 3 more gateways, but if this pylon goes down, these 2 pylons, that's a bunch of gateways that could be depowered. These 2 pylons only power the 1 gateway at the back. Oh, Stalker's here trying to defend. Hero's trying to use his stasis trap really nicely to defend. He's blinking forward! Hero with a Mad Dog move. He's going to pick off 1 Immortal. Where's the Warp Prism? MAXPAX blunders. His Warp Prism was sieged up in the warp-in mode, was not able to pick up those Immortals. The whole point of the Prism Air is to absorb those. That is unfortunate, and I think Hero may be able to hold on now. He's going to blink forward, take out that last Immortal, which can't move back because the Stalker's body blocked it. Wow, the Adepts are killing a lot of Stalkers. Bit sloppy kind of throwing the Stalkers away there, but I think it's worth it because once the Immortal's gone, there's just so little firepower in MAXPAX's army. He's going to have to go for probes now, is MAXPAX, and then maybe try and drop a third behind this, but he's still down. He's down 15 workers. Oracle's going to turn on his laser, cause some real problems. These probes for Hero are not running away, though. He's going to lose that whole army. I guess Hero's saying as long as I clear these Adepts, it's all fine. Probes trying to fight Glaive Adepts. That's like telling your toddler to fight back against the armed burglar in your house. You're like, what? Do you want to get bullied your whole life? You have to learn to fight back, Jimmy. Jimmy's a 3-year-old. There's a guy in your house with a machete. Tell him to hide. Don't tell him to fight. Hero, of course, does believe in some of that old school parenting, I guess. He's like, mate, I used to walk to school 50 miles each direction in the snow. You're going to be weak if I don't teach you probes how to fight Glaive Adepts. I'm like, that's a crazy decision, man. Hero's still miles ahead in this game, though. 35 probes to 42. He's got a massive army advantage, and more importantly, he has a third Nexus against Protoss who's on 2 base. MAXPAX can't do too much. It's uphill both ways as well. That is true, guys. Yes. Uphill in both directions, yeah. Adept is over there as well. Problem is, it's just round 2 of another attack. It's kind of like a fake third Nexus, I feel like, here for MAXPAX. He's like, look, I'm totally trying to expand. I mean, he can transfer workers to it because he's so oversaturated, but I think he's just going to build a 4th Immortal, Chrono or Warp Prism, and just go again. See if he can make some magic happen. Adept Shade's in down here. Total of 38 workers versus 17 have gone down. Remember, most of those 17 probes are in the early game. Hero killed with the Oracle Adept pressure. But he delayed his expansion a massive amount to do it. Still got himself in a good position, though. The boys can fight. Probes can only be annoying. I mean, those 5 more hit points, no, actually, they do mean you would take 3 shots to die against Glaive Adepts rather than 2. So, arguably, yes, the Drilly Boys would tank a few more hits before getting brutally murdered. in that same situation. You're not wrong. Probes can regenerate in a drawn-out situation, though. SCVs need to drill each other, you know? Probes just need to go hide away from the battle for a few seconds. Stalker's blinking away. Massive Zealot sentry counter for Hero. MAXPAX doesn't have the numbers to deal with this. He's going to try and go across the map, but as I said, base trade is one of the best ways to deal with these sort of immortal pushes, because your Zealot Stalker army is just going to be so much more mobile. MAXPAX not even halfway across the map. Already has lost his natural, about to lose his third, and he says, yeah, I'm not winning this base trade. GG, well played. Nice opening for Hero. 4 Adepts into Oracle before expansion. Massacres MAXPAX's probes and gets a game 1 win. All right, guys, MAXPAX in the top left side of the map of Mothership. Hero in the bottom right. I think Hero's probably just not going to scout at all. Hero's a guy who says, hey, 3-player map. I don't know where we've spawned. I might as well either just not scout or proxy. MAXPAX instead is like, I'll go for an early scout and make sure I don't get surprised by anything. I mean, it just shows safety, hedging your bets. MAXPAX with a nice diversified portfolio. If Hero goes to see a financial advisor, they'll be horrified. They'll be like, 99% of your investment is in Protoss coin? He's like, yeah, it's going to the moon, man. It's Protoss coin. You don't know Protoss coin? By the way, we still got 3 workers on one gas, 1 on the other. 2 and 2. Hero, fix this. Basic efficiency. It's basic stuff, guys. 3 mines slower than 2. Notice how these guys have to wait? He's just super lazy on the early game. He's not even scouting, so he's got nothing else to take his attention. The guy who will, like, frantically spam his probe to mess with his opponent's minerals, you can just see his priorities. He'll do that to mess with his opponent, but he won't focus the same APM on making his own build efficient. Because for Hero, the only real gain is if you annoy your opponent. Making his own build a little bit better, Hero's like, don't care. Annoying his opponent, making their build worse? Oh, yeah, you know that makes Hero happy. You know that makes him happy. It's great. Stargate starts up at home for Max. So MAXPAX has gone Nexus as well. It's actually earlier than Hero's also. But Hero did not lose as much mining from scouting. He's only scouting now. And interestingly, it's Stargate versus Stargate. This looks like a setup for a Phoenix War. Problem for Hero is how does he scout that Stargate? He doesn't have an Adept. He's only got a Stalker running across the map. Probe maybe could just run up the ramp and see it. 2 Stalkers at home. Probe starting a long distance mine. Does either side go Oracle? 3rd gas. MAXPAX is going to go 2 Stargate Phoenix incredibly early. He knows this is a Phoenix War most likely. Hero does not have that information. Does anyone here remember White Ra? White Ra's been streaming recently. He got back to Grandmaster. Pretty sure it's just twitch.tv/White Ra. You guys should watch him. Yeah, he's been having a lot of fun playing StarCraft recently. White Ra is awesome. Dep's coming forwards. Kim and TLO had like a fun little show match, didn't they? Oracle and Stalker cleaning up the Adept. It does confirm that this was an Oracle. MAXPAX, of course, going Phoenix. MAXPAX does lose his Adepts. His Phoenix is going to fly in, and seeing the Twilight, the Stalker production, the lack of Phoenix production on the Stargate, he sees no Phoenix building. And this tells MAXPAX, okay, we took a fast 3rd gas. We don't need it. Pull off gas onto minerals and actually focus on a ground transition. Drop a Robo. Drops a shield battery in each base for the Oracle. Really good reaction by MAXPAX, who he was very well prepared to go 2-star Phoenix, win the Phoenix War. Hero wisely does not do that. And I've told you guys many times, I think if you want to beat MAXPAX in a PvP series, you need to actively avoid the Phoenix War. I love that Hero's doing that. Now, Hero right now is going to take an expansion in the middle of the map. If anyone can explain why he would take that rather than this one, I will be impressed. I feel like Hero's just like, I want this one. And you're like, why? And he's like, it's different. Like, why would you take it here? Especially when you're playing Blink against a guy who's playing Phoenix. He's going to have those slow, immobile, immortal style pushes like in the last game, where you want to be further away from him so you can counterattack, base trade him, pick off units on the way across the map. Expanding towards your opponent, this matchup of styles is the opposite of the standard logic. I mean, obviously that's Hero. He is the opposite of standard logic. He just does things he likes doing and finds ways to make it work. Makes the game weird, puts you in a confusing position. There are multiple moments when you're playing Hero as a top pro gamer where you're scratching your head. Because often a lot of StarCraft is trying to get in your opponent's head and understand their logical thought processes so you can predict what's going to happen next. Doing that against Hero just gives you a headache. Like, it's actually bad for your health. If you try to really read Hero's mind, it's like putting on the helmet in Demolition Man that Sandra Bullock and Sylvester put on to have futuristic, to bump futuristic cyber uglies, I guess, so to speak. It's like that, where you're like, ah, the hell? It's just like flashing images. There's like, for some reason, there's like a cat doing backflips. There's a monkey bashing symbols together. You're like, what? Like, normally if you look into someone's head, you can see the flowchart. Like, oh, if I scout Mutalisks, I'll go Phoenix, that sort of stuff. But if you look in Hero's mind, you're just like, it's just confusing memes, basically, and odd images of animals performing tricks. Glaive Adept on the way. Oh, Hero's going to do a forward Glaive Adept push. Okay, so he's going to do Glaives, and this time it's MAXPAX going Charge Archon. Glaives can be really good against this because the Zealots kind of just charge in and get shot down by the Adepts. But Archons wreck both Adepts and Zealots. So if MAXPAX gets that 4th gas mining, which he is now, gets a few Archons, maybe splits his Zealots around for run-bys, he could do quite well. He's still got the Phoenix Vision. The worker advantage is massive for Hero. I think, do you guys think MAXPAX is being too afraid of taking a 3rd? I feel like with 4 Phoenix and 2 Immortals, he probably could have taken a 3rd. I think it's, maybe he's worried he can't tell if he's going to get all in or not, like the Stalkers will pick him off, but I feel like if they try to run away, you pick up 4 Stalkers with the Phoenix. It's pretty hard for them to deal with. Yeah, basically Homer, Hero, Simpson, yeah, the monkey with the symbols image. That's exactly what I was thinking of as well, yeah. Is Triple Forge strategy viable in Grandmaster League StarCraft right now? It's never been viable. It never, I mean, it won't lose you the game immediately. I'm sure you could win games with it. Is it good? No. Triple Forge has never been good, never will be good. Triple Evo is a bit of a meme that occasionally is not the worst thing. You gotta be in a big, long macro game for Triple Forge to be decent. Double Forge is fine. Triple no. Big timing attack. 4 Immortals, 2 Archons, 13 Zealots. Wait, Hero cancelled Glaives? Guys, doesn't Glaives counter this style? Hero cancelled his Glaives. What the hell? He's going Zealots into Archons. Glaives would have been better here, I think, right? I could be wrong. Cannon Battery Zealot trying to defend this base. He's trying to make stasis traps as well. His Zealots are still slow Zealots. Stalkers go for the counterattack, but they're a little bit slow. Hero with a big economy advantage. But this army, you do not want to fight this army. He should be abandoning ship and going for the full trade. He's trying to depower the gateways here by sniping pylons. That 3rd base getting ransacked. Probe's going to try to run away. He's in trouble right now, man. He's trying to make Archons. He's going to fall back to his main base and try to defend the ramp with Archons, force field, stasis traps, that sort of stuff. Probes are going down in droves. There's still 2 gateways powered. 3 gateways powered, I should say, sorry. Plus the 4th one on this side for MAXPAX, but of course MAXPAX is supply capped. He's going to take out a lot of Heroes. Gateways, Hero trying to defend in that main base as best he can. The Probe's starting to run away here for Maxi as well. Heroes Probe's hiding in this top side. Can he get up the ramp? The stasis trap gets revelated. Oh, the Archon for Hero goes a bit far forward, gets itself killed. Bit of a mistake there. And you can see, very nice push forwards for MAXPAX. I think MAXPAX army probably wins here. He's going to recall. It's a sloppy recall, though. It's only part of his army. He loses his Nexus. MAXPAX is going to try to rebuild his bases now, feeling like he's done enough damage. As long as he can clean these Stalkers up. The Phoenix do lift the Stalkers, but they get focused down. We've got Zealots trying to chase them. Probes coming in from behind as well. You can see MAXPAX is just saying, as long as I hunt these guys down, I'll have this eventually. But the Stalkers are there in good enough numbers with 1/1 upgrades to pick off those Zealots. Hero rebuilds his natural. MAXPAX rebuilds his natural. Hero's main is still mining. It's a big advantage right now for him. I thought MAXPAX would immediately restart the main or the 3rd as well. Instead, he's repowering. I think he figures there won't be enough time to rebuild all that sort of stuff. I think if Hero went Glaives, he could have stopped that push, right, guys? Maybe. I know the Archons are good against the Adepts, but I just feel like the Zealots would have really struggled. And he could have picked off the Archons maybe with a bit of Stalker focus fire. I do prefer base trade against these sorts of 2-base Immortal pushes when you are on 3-base. I just think Hero wasn't well positioned with his Stalkers, needed to maybe go for it a little bit earlier. Zealots hunting around up here as Max. Max rebuilds his main as well. His mining's way behind. Not only does he not have the main mining this whole time, he's down 14 workers, and I think Hero should be in a winning position. I mean, I just see 4 Immortals and 4 Archons, and I'm like, maybe not. I mean, that Archon Immortal count is still so scary, and if MAXPAX just goes and forces a fight, there's a chance. Could do well. Nexus goes down, and a pylon. Hey, Pig, I'm trying to get some practice on the ladder. It's not going well. The start is not going smoothly. Don't worry, it will start you in the middle of the ladder, but you will very quickly drop MMR and gain MMR each win or loss. So if you lose like 8 games when you start StarCraft 2, that's good. Because if you're legitimately not an experienced RTS player, that means you're going to get to play baboons. Last time I started playing chess, I fell down to like 300 ELO. It was great. Because I couldn't remember anything. Like the most basic patterns I was struggling with. And because I then got to play against complete noobs for like 50 games where our games were just a hot mess and there was like infinite room for making comebacks. Nothing was too punishing. So the lower you fall is what I'm trying to say, the better it is because it actually gives you a good experience. Chat says Smurf. Yes, I mean, the thing is I didn't purposely lose a single game. I literally just was so bad that I lost like 10 games and the flexible algorithm put me so low. And I think it's a good way to think about it is the ladder will find you even matches. Losing games is good, winning games is good. They're both good. Big stasis trap blocking part of this entrance. Hero needs to hold off. There's so many Archons! So many Archons for MAXPAX! But the stasis trap, Hero with the combat stasis trap freezes 2 of the Archons. And another stasis trap there for MAXPAX freezes a few Stalkers. I think basically MAXPAX wants to let these shields regen, wait for these Archons to come out, and then try to save them. He should try to rotate this Archon to the back if he can. Having Archons are so expensive. He runs it forward, gets it insta-killed. Oh, MAXPAX, you got to be careful here, mate. These 2 Archons get popped as well. And I think Hero's just got too much. He's back to 3 bases. And this 2-base style for MAXPAX, being too afraid to take his 3rd. I get he was committed to Phoenix pretty hard. It's hard to take a 3rd. But I think MAXPAX has to play a bit more willing to risk going for that 3rd earlier. Hero right now has MAXPAX on lockdown. Alright guys, Hero's all over MAXPAX in this series. People are saying MAXPAX is back to being invincible, but Hero has other thoughts. It's going to be 1 gate to start here for MAXPAX. He's going to start that 2nd gas. I don't think Hero wants to let him get the quick Nexus up this time, even though it has been going so very well. Sorry guys, we didn't do a prediction for game 1, but we are doing one now for game 2, sorry, but we are doing one for game 3. I hope MAXPAX can win this game, just so we get a series on our hands. I think Max a bit too afraid to take the 3rd. And Hero wisely avoiding the Phoenix air battle is really playing well for him. I think MAXPAX needs to realize there is a 0% chance that Hero is brave enough to play him in Phoenix. And MAXPAX shouldn't be rushing 2nd gas, thinking about 2nd Stargates, 3rd gas geysers, all this sort of stuff. MAXPAX needs to be focusing on his transition into that Immortal and 3rd base a bit earlier. Pylon block does go down for Hero. That's going to be a Zealot into a Sentry here. MAXPAX wants to get the scouting down. Interesting. Hero going for 2 Adepts. They've served him well so far. That's Stargate once again. Oh, we're going to Cybercore block, are we? All right. Now, Cybercore does build pretty quickly, just 36 seconds. I actually think it's better to go Gateway. Only has 100 less total hit points, and more importantly, it takes 10 seconds longer to build. So it still won't die. I mean, usually you want to cancel this, especially if they've already got a Zealot out. Then again, I guess with 2 probes and 2 sentries, because sentries do so much bonus to shields. My god, sentry damage is insane. I guess you do want to go Cybercore. Sentry damage is so good. What the hell, man? Because when a building's building, it's building 50% shields, 50% hit points at each moment. So the sentry bonus damage is actually crazy. I haven't seen that in action before, the modern sentry killing Cybercores. Hadn't really thought about that interaction. It's plus 4 damage. It's a plus 3/4 damage versus shields, the sentry. He's going to pull back to the high ground. Doesn't want to risk losing these units again. Doesn't need to wall off because he's got 3 sentries and a Zealot, which is enough to kill these very quickly. Force field goes down. Those Adepts get surrounded there. Oh, he even pulls away the weak probes. Slick play there for Maxi. And he scouted the Stargate. He knows there's Oracles on the way. Twilight Council starts up here for Hero. And MAXPAX has will just be a few moments behind. MAXPAX has more workers right now. However, Nexus a little ahead for Hero, and the Oracles, of course, could find big damage. MAXPAX needs a very clean next minute or two of this game, limiting Oracle damage to at most 1 or 2 probes. Ooh, bit deep there. Hero already takes damage. Good start for MAXPAX. Okay, gets himself a freebie. Going in deeper a bit unnecessary, but only takes a few hit points extra damage. Stalker's out here checking for proxies. Hero making sure he's not getting surprised by anything as he double chronos probes and has a head start on the blink. MAXPAX will scout this, confirm the follow-up. As the double Oracle joins on the front, they're going to look for a drive-by on the natural. Unlikely to find much. Puts the healthy Oracle in front, though. Gets 1, gets 2. Oh, okay, a bit derpy. He misclicked his Oracles. The mistake Hero made there was he clicked directly below the Oracles with a move command, so they actually reached that spot and stopped moving. You do not want to do that. The moment the Oracle stops moving, it loses its acceleration. He also tried to, I think, spin it a bit too far in the wrong direction with where he was clicking a move, and kind of derped out there and froze. And once the Oracles stop moving, they do really struggle. He's only got 4 probes, lost one of his Oracles. I think MAXPAX is really happy with this opening. It's one of the scarier positions playing defensive ground against double Oracle. 1 or 2 small mistakes can lead to 5, 6, 7 dead workers. But as it is, look at that. Oh, he does get the probe. Nicely done there. Well played by her. Early +1 and Robo. MAXPAX is trying to play ultra safe. I would always say if you're down 0-2 against the best Protoss in the world, this is not how you should play. For MAXPAX, I get it. This is MAXPAX style. Playing safe, playing standard. He's like, I need to be safe against DTs. I also need to try and make sure I'm safe against everything by sentry scouting constantly. I need to check for gateways. I need to check your tech. This is going to be really hard to execute. You need to kind of have faith in you being the better standard player than your opponent and just trying to make the game normal, trusting you can beat them. Squeezing an early forge in, very dangerous. That and a quick third, hard to pull off. But MAXPAX is confident in this style of game. As long as he adds another pylon in a moment, should be pretty good as his Stalkers come forwards to pressure. Thank you, Grimmy, for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. Late night cannon rushing people on the EU ladder, I'm sure. Stalkers blinking back. Careful. Oh, already. Good start for Hero. Hero's winning this fight. Bad fight for Maxi. He's getting overrun, man. Just losing 1 or 2 Stalkers at the start. He's got a few more reinforcements coming in. Hero might get overeager chasing him, but he's got such a numbers advantage. MAXPAX losing quite a few more. 6 Stalkers for 3. He also lost all 3 sentries. Only 1 sentry went down on Hero's side of the map. Bit derpy. Grimmy says, I was playing on NA actually for the last few hours. I noticed a distinct lack of 4 X5 pigs on the ladder board. Oh, it's been a while since we had Pig, Zerg, Terran, Protoss, and Random all in Grandmaster, man. You gotta play a lot of games to maintain that. you gotta play a lot of games. What is it, like 30 games every 2 weeks with each faction? And spread across them? Yeah, I've mostly been playing Zerg the last few months. Every now and then my Random, I play enough to get in GM as well, but usually the MMR's up there, but the required games is not. 2 cannons going down here, so a bit of safety. You might be thinking, why is he building cannons? Isn't that ultra safe for a guy like Hero who's normally risky? The reason is his only detection is the Oracle. If he loses that Oracle, he doesn't have an Observer. Whereas, of course, MAXPAX has a Robo. He's making not just Immortals to deal with the Stalkers, he's also making Observers, and he's thinking about a very early 4th base. I kind of prefer MAXPAX's setup, even though he lost a lot of Stalkers, but these Stalkers of Hero, if they get active, I think they could easily deny a 4th, pick off units. I think Hero's maybe just a bit overly defensive for my liking. How many Marines does it take to kill a Stalker? Are the units being microed? Stalker can kill unlimited Marines if it has unlimited space to micro. Because it's faster than the Marines and it outranges them. If they're both just standing there, 3 Marines should beat a Stalker. Oh, it's a lot of Stalkers. Charge is in now as well. Templar Archives is for cucks, apparently. Hero's just like, whatever. His 9th and 10th Gateway are coming in. He's just like, Mass Stalker Zealot, let's do it, dude. Zealot charge does get redirected by MAXPAX to try and deal with the Stasis Trap. That works, but I don't know if he has the numbers. Even with the defensive warp in positioning? Well, Stasis Trap doesn't really affect anything. Hero does have to back out. Traps himself one Zealot, derps out on the force field there. Alright, looks like MAXPAX is okay for now. He's got a second Immortal about to join the fray. Both sides on 4 bases, but Hero up 5 workers. +2 is already done for MAXPAX, though. He adds +1 armor now. +3 is a bit expensive and slow to upgrade. Fair call there. Stalkers vying for position. Alright, 5th Nexus goes up. Templar Archives finally goes down along with the double gas. Hero's going to use this to go 5 gas, add some Archons into his army. I think he'll also, around this point, start splitting off Zealots to hit the natural. You start running in with 10, 20 Zealots to hit the natural while your main army's sieging the right side. That can be really good. We haven't really seen any Warp Prisms. Oracle comes in and gets 3 workers. Wow, still. It's pretty nice, man. MAXPAX losing on the trading pretty significantly in this game. Chases and Hero very quick to get a punish on him. MAXPAX has just been getting his Stalkers bullied all game long, man. Finds Hero's 5th base. He has a new Zealot up there as well. It's going to be Warp Prism first for Max, but Max really needs to max out. He's got to hit max supply. You've traded so badly. If you fight right now in the open, it's a bad time to fight, I think. Unless he gets a superior position, which I guess he has the high ground right now. I don't really like MAXPAX being this deep in enemy territory. I think this is so scary. Right now, Hero would love to fight with the Zealots around. Problem is, Hero's army control is very lacking right now. Just on the setup. Like, it's not about his micro, it's about his positioning. Why does he have 30 Zealots on one control group? They should be either counterattacking or flanking this army. And they are kind of headbutting into the Archons. MAXPAX also has a lot of Zealots, but you can notice he pulls back to avoid the enemy Archons. But he's outnumbered, so it might not matter. Hero might just overwhelm right now. Very similar upgrades. There is a +1 armor here for MAXPAX. The Zealots go in. The Immortals of MAXPAX will do a lot of damage if they can land on the Stalkers. MAXPAX holding on for now. He's only got 2 Archons. There are 3 up for his opponent. We can see some Zealots and a Prism going across the map on that left side as well. Hero trying to cascade through. I would have loved to see Zealots hitting this left side, hitting this natural. I don't think MAXPAX could have dealt with those numbers. But Hero, by just A-moving his entire army on one blob, kind of gave MAXPAX the simplest defense he possibly could have had. Now, obviously Max is still down 20 supply, probably has to cancel this 5th base, but every second that like MAXPAX has to maybe stabilize, I think is really good for him. Oh, rallies 4 probes, that's awkward. Hero's still got the advantage. Upgrades are dead even on 2-1 versus 2-1. More Stalkers warping in. MAXPAX trying to micro back, but the Immortal Archon exposed. He's going to lose an Archon, and that's one of only 2 Archons to deal with this Mass Zealot. A Hero is just going to go forwards, take out the other Archon with the Zealots around. The Immortals have all fallen, and Hero will be able to finish this game off and this series with a dominant 3-0. Don't get me wrong, MAXPAX looked pretty good today, but Hero on another level, avoiding the Phoenix fights, doing really well with the Stalker activity, and it just seems like he is back in a position where Hero feels 0 fear. This is 2 weeks in a row. Hero has won the PiGosaur Weekly with a 3-0 dominant victory. I say that. That was 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. Never mind. He's won a few tournaments 3-0 dominantly recently is what I was trying to. It was actually quite a few weeks ago, but I just put it up on YouTube, so that's why I was confused. Point being, great game for Hero. Fantastic series. He dominated everyone else on his run here as well to the finals. Hero's looking really good. GG, well played.